Hey, I'm Neil Lee Griffin. I'm a film composer, music producer, audio engineer, some other things. I wanted to talk a little bit about my new Focal shaped twins and how much I love them and why you should too. A little bit of a backstory. I started out with the Rocket 5s, which I think almost everybody did. And then I got the T5Vs and then the T5Vs with a T10S sub. And then I got the T7Vs with the sub. And then it was time for the next giant upgrade. So a buddy of mine at Shady Palms Productions, shout out to T, had the Atom Audio A77X. Picked them up, and both of them had a huge 60 cycle hum. I was using them as kind of near field, and they're marketed as near slash mid. So I contacted Atom Audio, and they're like, they're more mid field speakers, and they sent me elsewhere to try to troubleshoot them, and elsewhere told me my speaker sounded really bad and that they would get back to me, but they never did. I couldn't exchange them because they didn't have any more in stock. I returned them and I got the Focals, which I'd used the Focals a little bit in a 5.1 system. Again, lent to me by Shady Palms Productions. Shout out to you guys. And I felt they had a lot of mid-range, so I was like, not really sure what I'm getting myself into. Is this going to be more of the same? But I tried them. They were in the same price point. There was like a $50 or $100 difference. And these things are incredible. I felt the 7.7s had a lot carved out in the mid-range, and the low end sounded pretty boxy to me. And these Focals have what they call a passive radiator on each side of the speaker. Not to mention they've got this wood grain veneer, and the cone of the speaker itself has wood grain on it of some sort looking stuff, which I like, especially for my setup in here. But I love these speakers. I think they're incredibly flat, and the low end is very detailed to me, needing that lower end dealing with a lot of film stuff. Don't use the sub anymore. I keep the sub on the T5Vs and run it that way so I can sort of switch between and like here it is flat and here it is hyped up with treble and bass. So that's my thoughts on the Focal shaped twins. And I was recently talking with a buddy of mine about quality of speakers, and two things I think you should spend your money on straight out of the gate in a studio is buy the best speakers you can and treat your room, because that's the last sort of line of defense between what you're doing and ears. And we were talking how, like, do you need good speakers? Absolutely. Do you need the best speakers? Probably not. Because we know as audio engineers, we can spend forever on a track and just dial in and dial in stuff, and we can change it. It's different. Is it better? Regular old Joe listening in his car is like, oh, this is a cool song. He's probably not going to be like, oh, there's way too much 400, 300 hertz in this track. That's my speaker talk. That's my thoughts on the Focal shaped twins. Highly recommend them. If you're in the market, give them a shot.